How are you today? Hey, you know what I hear a lot, seems to be the theme of the week, is people holding on to relationships that maybe aren't good for them, or not just relationships, anything, manifestations that they're hoping for. They're hoping to get that certain job, or they're not letting go, not letting go. And we know that if you don't let go, you become almost like that clingy person to the universe, and you're not going to get what it is that you're hoping to manifest. I want to talk about just relationships right now, though, and it really does apply to other things. It's just the way that I'm talking will be strictly relationships. But again, if you need to let go of something else, go ahead and try this method and see if it helps you. So, why do we get attached to people in the first place? Why do we get in these relationships and then we find ourselves so frustrated? Well, first of all, are you in a good relationship? Are you in a toxic relationship? And let's just assume for this video that everybody is healthy, okay? That it's not you're with a narcissist, or you're with a bipolar person, or a schizophrenic, or a borderline personality, or anything like that. Let's just assume for this video that everybody is healthy, okay? And how is your relationship? Now, if I were to say to you, are you a better person because of this person? Just because. Not because they do this or that for you, not because they fill your bank account, not because they talk you up all the time. Just by them being who they are and you two interacting, are you a better person? Do you want to be the best person you can be? Because you know what? When you are in a good relationship, and even friendships will do this, but just for the sake of this video, we're talking about romantic relationships, marriages, if you're courting to get married, that kind of thing. Okay. Are you a better person? Do you wake up every morning trying to be the best that you can be just because this person's in your life? If you are, you're in the right relationship. You're in a healthy relationship, and hopefully you both feel the same way. If you're not, if you're feeling like you're trapped, or if you're feeling like you constantly have to, be on guard or question what's going on, you might want to rethink the relationship. Now, immediately when we say that, so many people say, let him or her go. Well, first of all, first person you should be looking at is you. Is it you? Do you have underlying issues? Okay, so the first thing you want to do is look at a perfect relationship. Take the person out of it. Just create your own perfect relationship. And we know that no relationship is perfect, but if you could have the perfect relationship, what would it be? And list different things. What would it be? Who would he or she be? Would you laugh a lot? What would it be? Just think about it. Just create it in your mind. What's the perfect relationship? Does this person offer that to you? If they do not, and it's them and they never will, and it's just not who they are, okay, then let them go. But I also want you to look at, am I seeking too much? Am I being unrealistic? Am I expecting this person to make me right when I'm not right to begin with? Because you got to go into a relationship being the most healthy that you can be. I mean, if you find yourself not trusting this person, but it's because of you, it's because you need 100% attention all the time, or because you've been cheated on in the past and now you're bringing, he or she is paying for you for past sins perpetrated against you. I just want you to take a hard look at yourself. Just be honest with yourself. Don't judge yourself. Just be honest. Is it me, or is it the person? Okay. What's my perfect relationship? Does he or she meet that criteria? If you find that the answer is yes, and it's not and they are making you a better person just by being them, then you know what? Work on that relationship. No relationship is perfect. We have to wake up every morning and decide that we are going to love the person that we love. Because even if you are a match made in heaven, there are going to be days when you don't feel so much like that. Okay, so you just gotta work on yourself and make sure that you put 100% into that relationship. Okay. But what if it is? What if it's somebody that makes you feel trapped? What if you feel like you can't talk to that person and you've examined yourself and it's really not that you're coming from a place of ego or a place of need or a place of old wounds, but you guys just don't mesh. I don't want to start playing the blame game here because too often people do that. It's his or her fault, not my fault. It's all my fault. We tend to go to extremes when we need to realize that people are people and some people mesh together well and some people do not. Okay, so let's just, again, for sake of this video, everybody's healthy. Either you mesh together well or you do not. Okay, so if you feel down, if you walk away from that person and feel sad, if you feel irritated and angry, if these kind of feelings come up, and or you find yourself, you used to be a go-getter and now you're kind of sloth, right? You don't want to do anything, or you used to really care about other people and now you find yourself bitter and angry. You're in the wrong relationship. Okay, so now you got to let it go. And so oftentimes people say, well, I know I'm in the wrong relationship, but I can't let it go. Why can't you let it go? Sometimes it's a matter of your ego. So is it your ego? And the way that you figure that out is you think about this, okay? You've already established that this person makes you feel less than or makes you feel like you're not the best you that you can be. But yet you find yourself still going back. Well, okay, is it your ego? Is it because that you told that person that maybe we're not supposed to be together and they said, okay? Is it that this person's not giving you that much attention and they're off talking to other females or other males or whatever, and you feel like you've been rejected? That's all your ego. That's ego. Rejection never feels good for any of us. I don't care if you are the most enlightened being. Rejection hurts. That's just something we got to deal with. But are you in love with this person and truly want to be with this person? Or is it just your ego and you feel like you've been rejected, so you're having a hard time dealing with that? Another thing that could happen is when we meet people, when we interact with people, cords are sent out, energetic cords. So they're sent out like from me to you. Even by watching somebody's videos, you can get cords. And it's not like people, viciously go out and send out these cords. They're just sent out naturally. Some cords, there's really not that much of a connection, so they kind of fizzle out and fall out on their own. Others, they are so deeply embedded, it's almost like a hook. I like to envision like a fish hook. And it's in there so deep that even if you cut the cord, you still have that hook. And like a snake, it's going to grow right back. So, and this can happen, like I said, in different interactions. If you argue with somebody, what normally happens is, we're in relationships to discover us, to be the best us that we can be, to discover our wants, our needs, our the things that we need to fix about ourselves, our flaws, our defects. We wouldn't know any of this if we weren't in relationship with people. That's why we need to interact with people. If you're in a white room all your life and you never leave that white room, you're not going to know what color is. How can you know what color is if you've never seen it, right? So you're not going to know how you are affected by a certain color if you're always in a white room. Same thing with relationships. If you never talk to another individual all your life, you're not going to know what bothers you, what makes you happy, what brings growth to you, that sort of thing. So sometimes you might think you're in a bad relationship, but what it is, your perfect person is going to bring things up in you where you look at yourself and you go, wow, it's like a mirror is held up to us. And if it's a healthy relationship, you're going to look at these things with gratitude and say, wow, I'm so glad that I know that about myself now. Again, if it's a toxic relationship, if it's not good for us, one of the reasons you may feel that you can't let it go is because of the cords. So I'll get back to cords in a second, but how do you let go if you've decided, okay, you've wrote out your perfect relationship, you've discovered that this person doesn't make you feel better, it's he or she or their relationship itself is holding you down, holding you back, but yeah, you feel this constant need, and you look and I mean, if it's your ego, you got to let it go. And the way to let it go is to actually raise your vibration up above your ego. It's still going to bother you a little bit, but you can let it go easily. You can tear those cords out and be done with it. But sometimes it's more than that. So how do you get rid of it and release it? Well, one thing that you can do is write that person a letter. Be detailed in the letter. Write the good, the bad, and the ugly. Write how you feel let down, this and that and the other. And you can do this even if you're never going to see that person again ever in your life. Okay? Have you ever noticed some people, and I'm going to go a little off track here, but some people, they absolutely fall in love with somebody that they've either never met or they've only met several times, and you feel really drawn to this person and it just never is. This is another good exercise to do that with this person, and that could be because of cords that you're feeling that way. Most people immediately jump to it's meant to be and this and that. And you know what? If it is the person that you're meant to be with and it's the person that God has set you up for, letting go is also going to bring them back to you quicker. You know, say you're not in a relationship with that person and you would like to be, and you put everything out there and you message them and you do this and that and everything, and nothing happens. Well, you know what? The best way to call that person towards you is you manifest the relationship in your mind and you put it out there like we've talked about before. You can send out telepathic messages, and then you let it go. Letting go is what's going to bring it to you, no matter what it is: money, relationships, career. You got to let it go. You know, we've talked about it before. You can actually repulse the universe into not giving you what you want by being too needy, by being too focused on it. Okay? Just like a person that's constantly honest actually repels us. Even if we like that person in the beginning, if they don't give us any breathing room, we tend to want them to go away. Okay? Same kind of thing with energy. So you got to let it go. No matter what it is, you got to let it go. Whether you're going to stay with this person, whether you're going to end it with this person, you got to let it go. By doing these exercises, you'll find that you either truly are going to let it go and you're going to say, wow, glad I let that go, glad it's out of my life, and you will find yourself coming to a place of indifference. If it is the person that you are meant to be with, and God's going to keep on with the synchronicity and bringing you back and forth and bringing you back and forth, you've still let it go. So you're starting at that relationship at a much healthier point because you're not needy. You're not needing anything. You're fine where you are. You've let it go. And now you can start fresh at a place of health. Okay. So write that person a letter. Write down everything that you feel. Write down the rejection. Write down the sense of feeling locked in. Write down the I really think about you all the time, 24/7, I can't stand it. Any of that, okay? And tell that person in the letter that you are now letting it go. And end the letter with something like, and now it is finished. Now it is done. I let you go. Or whatever it is, but make it like a final letting go. And then you fold up the letter and you can burn it to like release that energy. It's more... It's an act of release when you burn. Some people choose to put a helium balloon and let it go that way, but actually physically let it go. Burn it, send it off in an air balloon. Don't bury it because that's not really letting it go. Okay. But like when you burn something, the smoke goes up. So you're releasing it to the universe. When you put something in helium, it goes up. So you're releasing it to the universe. So that's one step. Write the letter. Next step is you want to sit down and you want to you want to look at all that you're grateful for. Open your heart up to all that you're grateful for. And now that you've let this go, what are the things that you're going to enjoy in your next relationship? Are you going to find somebody that makes you laugh? And even without the relationship, what are you going to do? Are you going to laugh? Are you going to be more motivated? Are you going to work hard? What is it? List at least 5 things that now that you've let this go, you are either going to do in a new relationship or on your own. On your own is better because then you're going to call in the perfect relationship. Then I want you to literally work on raising your vibration back up. Raise it right back up, right back up. Now you're up where you need to be, and you put it out there, whatever it is. You want that perfect relationship, throw it out there. Remember, we envision it, then we bring it down energetically, we put it in our hand, hold it like a ball, see that vision in there, and then toss it out there because you let that go as well. Now what I want you to do is clean up around you. Look around. Is it kind of messy? If it is, if it's clean, some people are just clean freaks all the time. Move some furniture around. Change things up a bit. If it's a little messy or whatever, clean it up. Move things around, shift things, change it, physically shift things around you. Make sure get rid of the clothes that you've been hanging on to that are never going to fit you again. Donate to some people. Donations always make you feel good anyway. If you're ever depressed and you need to get out of your depression, help somebody else. It's going to take the focus off you and put it on that other person. It helps. So clean up around you, clean your physical space around you. Clean your energy space around you. Now, if you find a lot of times, every time we clean out or change things around physically, we should actually do like an energy bath. And I have a video on an energy bath that, and I can repost it again for those of you that would like to see it. And now you've got all of this, you're ready to start anew. You've let it go, or you should have let it go. And now just stay focused on that perfect relationship, job, career, whatever it is that you have in your mind. Stay focused on that every day. Walk in belief that you can have it and that you deserve it. So many times I hear this from clients. It's like, he or she doesn't care about me. He or she, how could they care about me? Maybe I'm not good enough. You know what? Maybe they do care about you, and maybe they just can't be the person you want them to be. We got to let people be who they are. We got to realize that we can only change us. And when you change yourself, and when you're feeling more motivated, and you change yourself and you're feeling good, the people around you have 2 choices. All these people, whether it be your husband, your children, your best friend, your boss, you change yourself in a healthy way. And you become that person that you desire to be. And these people have 2 choices. They can change with you and go along with the shift in you, and hopefully raise their own vibration and change in a healthy way, or they will leave. They will not be able to stand it, and they'll walk out of your life. Those are the 2 choices. Once you change yourself, things cannot stay the same. It just can't happen. Okay? So that's what we need to do. We need to realize we cannot change anybody else. We never will, no matter how hard we try. You want to find people that say through magic they can manipulate? Go ahead and do that and see how it works for you. It's not a good thing to manipulate other people, okay? Change yourself, and others have those 2 choices, to change along with you or to walk out of your life. So belief, you've got your belief. Now you're standing where you need to be. You got to have faith in God, faith that God loves you, and faith that things will change, faith in the universal laws that God created. He created them. They are laws. They never fail. Okay. The other thing is gratitude. And if you're walking in gratitude, and you can think every morning 5 things that you're grateful for every morning, you will clear your heart. And you will find that it's a lot easier to walk in forgiveness if you're walking in gratitude. So you let those things go. And then if you ever find yourself in a negative thought process, that could either be an attack coming at you or your old stuff coming back up again, you want to capture every negative thought. Just be observant. Once you find yourself thinking a negative thought, speak a positive word, and speak a positive word that's true. God loves me. Something like that. Okay? Hope this helped you guys. Let go. And what's meant to be with you will come right back to you. I think a good thing to remember, let go. Know that it'll come back. And focus on somebody else, you know? Focus on somebody else. It's not such a bad thing. All right, I'll talk to you later.